Well, from my experience in talking with the guys at Roy-Pitz, they seem to have that abandoning of ego, leaving their ego at the door. They seem to work incredibly in a collaborative way, meaning I bet they're probably, from my conversations, a lot like us, where if somebody has an idea, they'll at least hear them out and try the idea. I do get the sense that it's collaborative. It's not about being right. It's not about making somebody feel wrong. It's about what's going to work best for us in totality. And when you have people working towards a goal like that, again, not to sound cliche, but you're going to get the best results.
It's just amazing that, Ryan and Jesse grew up together, and to watch those young boys growing up and started a business like they got right now and do very well at it. Well, they definitely got good beer. I mean, their business shows that they have trouble making enough for everybody. You're always welcomed when they're there. They'll come up and talk to you, and even if you're a stranger, they'll come up and talk to you. Or if you want to learn how to make beer, they'll tell you how to make beer, and people like that. At one point, you had to kind of worry about them, but they've done just well.
My name is Brian Bender. I'm a fourth generation potato grower. My family's been growing potatoes in Chambersburg for over 100 years. I'm so thankful for Roy-Pitz and glad that they're in our community to have a place where we can go and just taste different beers. They're always coming up with new varieties and new tastes, and it's my favorite place to hang out in town. It's cool to be dealing with them business-wise, but then see them on a weekend at a cookout at a friend's house, and it's just, there's a friendship and a relationship that it goes beyond just business.
My name's Sandra Miller. I'm a farmer, and I raise meat that is served at the Roy-Pitz Beer Stew. I used to struggle to get restaurants and even local grocery stores to buy a product that, as a small farmer, we put our heart and soul into it, and these guys understand, and it's wonderful.
They pretty much let me do whatever I want. They just say, hey, we'd like to have this product. They don't really care which direction I go with it. They just kind of want something unique, and that's what's good for me, because I just go crazy and do whatever I want. And I think the more crazy and the more elaborate, the more they like it. I do believe that they really care about what goes into what they're doing. They've had a relationship with us for a long time, and they've always supported their farmers and their artists, and they really like to keep the local community involved, and they really like to make it prosper.
Obviously, there's art in this whole building, just from beer to the art on the wall, and then obviously in the kitchen, the food that we produce. I think the biggest thing is, well, my concept would be using the beer with the food. Half our menu is based off the beer that they make here. So a lot of our sauces are made with beer. A lot of marinades are made with the beer here. A lot of people don't do that in this area. And that is something that I thought was unique and wanted to start doing, which is, it's different and it's change. And I think that is the biggest thing, is thinking different and using what you have on hand to create the best dish you can. And if we didn't have the beer, there would be no liquid art.
So just the beer selection that Roy-Pitz offers is already incredibly cool, because it has such a variety. So that's what I really like about going there. They have so many unique flavors and things that it gets you excited. Beer in our area, a lot of times everyone just drinks the same boring stuff. And you go there and they have a real passion for it. They're constantly developing new things, limited quantities, but really cool projects. So that's just like us. We're not interested in building high volumes of things. We just want to build stuff that's really cool and unique. And I think that's why we share the same passion for building cool, unique things and bringing them to market.
I guess liquid art to me is a way for the brewers to express their talents. It's a way for us to look at raw ingredients and think about an end outcome and be able to experiment and come up with really interesting flavors. With the Liquid Art series beers, it really gives us a free range to experiment and explore all different types of flavors and styles. You can use malt, wheat, rye, oats, hops, but when it comes to the microbes, that's where you're going to derive the most interesting flavors. And in these barrel-aged beers, it can take anywhere from 1 to 3 years for those flavors to fully develop. So there's a huge feedback loop. It takes a long time. Once you start to understand the chemistry and the microbiology behind the barrel-aged stuff, it's where you're going to get the most unique flavors. It's really exciting.
Liquid art means or represents to me not just one singular thing or one singular medium. It's kind of all-encompassing, but more importantly, it's really representative of a subculture of microbrew beer. I feel like the microbrew revolution was really a milestone in American history. I think that, you had to be really creative about how you stepped up to the giants of the industry. You got to be creative, and you had to do something different. And when you're competing for shelf space in a cutthroat retail market, you've got to come really, really hard with your labels. You've got to have a really great product. So for me, Liquid Art is kind of a motto for a revolution in terms of the collaborative effort and what we represent in a larger scope in a bigger industry.
We started Roy-Pitz with a goal to make quality beer for our friends and family. We wanted our community to experience fresh, locally sourced foods and unique craft beer that was created right here in Pennsylvania. With amazing support of local artists, farmers, and craftsmen, we've been able to achieve so much more than that. The Roy-Pitz family is always growing, and we hope you can be a part of it. We're Roy-Pitz Brewing Company, and our art is supporting yours.